Ibadan. Keep listening. Don't touch the dial.
He struck it sweetly, and does he ever score ordinary goals? They're all copy-paste off.
Another beautiful Saturday here. Another time to take you on to the ever exciting World of Sports with my crew. This is a beautiful first Saturday in the 5th month of the year 2025. 3525. That is the date. Welcome. It is a good afternoon to you from everywhere. You're listening to the voice of my voice. It feels good to be here this beautiful Saturday. I hope your weekend is going on smoothly and is going on beautifully for you. From here, Melody 100.7 FM, we wish you the very best of this brand new month. Well, is it still brand new? We're already 3 days in the month. But no matter what it is, it's still brand new, and we wish you a very brand new blessing from here. As we do every Saturday, it's complete sport. We take you through the ever exciting world of sport from there, from here, from everywhere. Take you to the home front, to the international scene. You know how we do it? We take you through different kinds of sports before we take you to football. That is how we call it complete sport. On behalf of Adenike Adesoye, DJ Medicine, of course, Bobola Igunfemi is also here with me. David in the house, Ayola in the house is a bumper package. Everyone's still talking. The controversy is still on. 3SC. One of our own got into the book. The wrong way, and now he has apologized. But the way it is, it's like shooting stars are not ready to accept apology. But let's see what will happen at the end of the day. We'll get to that. We'll talk about that in a moment. But first, let me welcome my crew. How you doing, guys? It's good to have you, David.
Yes,
big man in the house.
Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to our listeners at home. Back again to dissect and analyze all the latest and the biggest news making the rounds in the world of sport. The weekend, is always filled with a lot of actions: basketball, Formula One, boxing as well, and the round leather game of football. League matches across this weekend, and the world of boxing, FA Ajagba up against Bakole, the Miami Grand Prix in the world of Formula One is this weekend as well. So it promises to be big and exciting this wonderful Saturday afternoon. Let's ride on.
Most definitely. It promises to be exciting. And of course, Ayola is also in the house. Ayola, how you doing? Well, even though this one is a pure football man.
Good afternoon, Ibadan City. Good afternoon, Pretty D. It's good to see you once again. You're looking good.
Yeah, I'm trying to be like you, man.
It's good to be back of this very wonderful Saturday evening to talk sports. Complete sports, you don't know what it's all about. It's just full of complete actions of football, sporting activities around the globe. So I'm back to be here once again.
That's how it is. Of course, as I said, there's a matter we're going to be dwelling on big time this afternoon is about the 3SC, because something similar is coming now concerning Lobby Stars. We'll talk about that in a jiffy where we get to sport. Bobola is also here. Bobola is trying to get one or two things sorted. You get to hear from him very shortly. But let's first take you to some of these major stories making headlines in other sports before we get to football. Let's begin. Last week I told you about the CBN competition, CBN junior tennis competition, and I said I was going to be giving you the update of how the goings on will be. Well, the finalists, in fact, as we speak right now, the final is about going down, and one sensation has been unveiled right now at the finals of the CBN junior tennis. Of course, her name is Murphy Atilola. Of course, she is a Nigerian brightest young star right now. Of course, she's thrilling everyone telling everyone that, look, I have a future in world tennis. But she resoundingly put an upset defending champion. Yes, giving an upset to the defending champion, and the number one seed in the girls' 16s, Gloria Samuel from Ikiti, 6-1, 6-4 to reach the finals of the girls' 16s of the junior CBN championship taking place in Lagos. Atilola, the girls' 14s champion, who was given a slot in the 16s, wins on fire from the beginning, spraying forehand and backhand winners to lead 5-0 before Daisy Samuel managed to take one game. Of course, she's not the only one making things happening. They're just that she is, because of the fact that she was promoted from the 14th to the 16th, everything is looking like, look, this girl is the new kid on the block. Now, the boys' 16th final will be between Bola Holawale from Ondo and Sheyi Ogushakin from Ekiti State, while Isa Yahya will take on Joel Michael of Lagos in the boys' 14s. And the boys' 12s will have Ogomba Excellency from Bayelsa squaring up against Emmanuel Ogungwe of Ogun State. And of course, Karina Okweone from Bayelsa will be up against Mabuba Trazaki from Oyo State in the girls' 12s. Of course, grand finale is about now in Lagos, and we get to see what will happen. When we come back within the week, we'll be telling you how it maybe it would have gone down. Because, but one thing is this, let's quickly talk about this, because when we look at things like this, we always wonder whether Nigeria, we always seems to be talking about football. But first, let me welcome Bobola. Bobola, it's good to have you this afternoon.
It's so nice to be here. Good afternoon, Pretty the Finest. I mean, this is where we give the best of spotted stories. I'm so happy to be here. I mean, I'm certain that everybody out there that's listening is going to stay tuned to this channel. That's Melody 100.7 FM.
Most definitely. All right, David, I mean, looking through tennis, and you have under 12s, under 14s, under 16s. Yet, Nigeria is not really, I mean, when you're talking about tennis, you don't get to hear Nigeria doing well in such a game.
I think
what's our problem?
I think it's all about people in charge. I'm not doing the right thing because we always have these age group competitions. Not in tennis alone, but in majorly all sports right in Nigeria, football, basketball, even boxing. But one issue we have in Nigeria is the management in charge are not doing the right thing, because you look at these fantastic tennis players. It's not about putting the competition out. It's all about after the competition, are you nurturing this talent? Are you monitoring their progress? Are you supporting them financially? Because majority of these talented players come from a very poor background and they need support. So when the support is not there, you just find them not going away their interest, going away from the sport they love. So I think it's all about the federation doing what they need to do so that we can have tennis players doing so. We look at what Egyptians are doing. Omar Asa and Dina Meshrev, there's a fantastic tennis player that has been on the radar in the last 2 to 3 years, taken from Dina Meshrev. She's doing well. She's doing well when it comes to tennis in Africa. Omar Asa as well. There's another tennis player from Egypt that is also taking the mantle from him. So you can't really say that for Nigeria. Apart from Aaron Okodri, you can't really pinpoint a particular tennis player performing at the highest level, even with the women's category as well. And it's sad to see something like this, because when the likes of Aaron Okodri bows out, who will take over the mantle from them? So I think we just have to call on the management to should make sure they do the right thing, because in Nigeria, virtually majority of the sports you have, management issues has been something that has been affecting us, and that's the reason why we are not going up.
Okay, let's go from there now. Let's go to the Enugu City International Marathon. Yes, it went down a while ago today in the core city of Enugu as a Kenyan runner, Koroso Keren, emerged the winner of the event. And of course, International Marathon, which went down a while ago, and it is big dollar money, as Kenya actually dominated the entire race. It was not just the Koroso Kenya that won it. Steve Roseway, also from Kenya, finished second in the men's category with prize money of $10,000. $15,000 went to Koroso, who came first. And of course, the third also was Ben Asang, who went home with $5,000, also from Kenya. A similar story in the women's category as Charlene Chepuki, also of Kenya, from Kenya, won the first prize, while Nigerian runner David Ezeka from Jos finished first amongst the Nigerian runners, winning the 3 million naira prize money allotted for indigenous athletes. One issue that I always have when it comes to international marathon is they will just say, let us carve out something for Nigeria, because they know we will never win it. But why is it that we can't win it? We have mountainous regions like Jos, like Nasarawa, Abuja. What is so difficult for us to have our people train? I mean, be part of these. Every time Kenyans will come, Ethiopians will come, they will win Lagos Marathon, they will win. In fact, Ibadan Marathon is coming soon. I'm sure Kenyans will also come and win that one as well.
I mean, this is what David has talked about. We have the talents, but are they training consistently? I mean, they organize this event. After the event, what happened afterwards? We don't get to see them participate. We don't get to see them training anymore. Most of them just go back to their houses, and I mean, it goes on like that. Because when it comes to competitions like this, you have to continue to train. You have to continue to train consistently. You understand? The last one at Lagos, 2020, I think it was 2025, Access Bank Lagos.
That was just
Marathon.
2 months ago.
Yeah, 2 months ago. It was a Kenyan that won, and also an Ethiopian. So them, I think for them, they've made it a job for them, the Kenyans. When you see them on international
it's part of their life.
It's part of their life. I mean, Olympic, you see them performing at top level. I mean, nobody even argues with them when it comes to long distance. So I'm not even surprised. I just hope that Nigerians or the management, when it comes to sport, take cognizance of all of this. It's not only all about football. I mean, sport is not football. It's not only about football. We have other things that encompasses sports. So they only take football serious. Football. I mean, we've got other sports. We've got other people that can participate in all of this. Look at the weightlifting. And look at see how they performed in the competition in Mauritania. So I think it goes a long way. I hope they take this thing into place. I mean, training and like David said, I mean, do they cater for them? Some of them are from poor backgrounds, so do they care for them? What happened afterwards? Some of them are in school. Do they call them again after the competitions to take care of them? So stuff like that. So if you give them so many things, I mean, to work hand in hand with, I mean, they will be motivated. They will be serious about it. They will be encouraged to participate more, to do more training. So I think that's one of the things that's really affected some of our athletes, and I hope it changes, because I mean, I expect us to be at the world stage. We call ourselves giants of Africa. Even football, we are losing it. You understand? I mean, we've seen top countries the likes of Morocco. They're already taking it away from us. So what are we going to settle for? I mean, it's just a call to order for them.
Call to order. Let's go to the sports festival now. We're expecting it starting in a few days, and about 12,000 athletes are said to be part of those that will be taking part in the competition. Of course, excluding officials. They're expected to storm Ogun State for the 22nd National Sports Festival. Is starting on the 14th. That should be next. That's Upper Wednesday after this next one, which is 7th. Gateway game is what it's called. And of course, according to the Commissioner of Sport in the state, talking about Ogun State, was C. Isiaka, said during the tour of facilities with some media men around the upgraded facilities at the MQ Abiola Stadium, hub of the opening ceremony, and of course the upcoming festival and the Alake Sports Center, as well as some indoor games will also be taking place. The whole thing was inspected yesterday, and the Sports Commission added that 12,000 athletes are expected to participate in the festival, which is excluding the accompanied officials from the 36 states of the federation. So we are finally it has given us a glimpse of hope that it will start, David. That it will start after so many postponements. We have postponed. Now it's going to be starting next Upper Wednesday.
So let's see if they will not postpone.
Again.
You know, this we are in Nigeria, so
we can't postpone this one again now.
You know,
any postponement now, it means it will not happen again.
Yes, but we just wait to see what will actually play out. The National Sports Festival currently that will happen in the US in Ogun State. It should have happened a long time ago, and that's one of the major things affecting us, because if you have people that are not willing to make sure this kind of competition takes place, we will just be going down when it comes to competition, even sports in Nigeria, because you look at states that are willing to host this national sports festival. It seems we only have the eastern part of the eastern states willing to host the national sports festival, and it's been long since Ogun State has been awarded as the hosting state. So maybe we don't know what is actually playing out. Maybe they are not financially buoyant to be able to host it, but right now they said there will be it will commence next upper Wednesday, right? So we just hope that they won't postpone, and we see talent emerging. The likes of FIFA will really emerge through the National Sports Festival as well. So we hope to see another set of talented talented athletes rather, participating tennis players, even footballers, because we have various sports coming up in the National Sports Festival.
Okay, Bobola, talking about the National Sports Festival, I mean, at a point, Nigerians were thinking, I mean, this one will not hold again. Because each time we have a sports festival, we keep thinking, and okay, after this one we go now, we will hear the next host. They will announce the next host. In fact, we already know the next host. But the certainty that it will hold when it's supposed to hold has always been a problem. How can we not just take our sports festival so seriously that we will not be looking for every time we go cap in hands, begging states to host this thing? I mean, if we call it National Sports Festival, then there should be a unified place where we host this thing every year. If it's going to be Abuja, if it's going to be Lagos, let it just be. It's not every year you're looking for one coach to host, one state to host it. And when the state is not ready, you begin to look around, up and down. That's where we find ourselves.
I think it's just happening now. Way before, it wasn't like that. From 2000, because it's supposed to be held every 2 years. In 2000, it was held in Bauchi. Then 2002, Edo, Abuja. I mean, consistently 2 years. 2002, 2004, 2006, all up till 2022. That was the last time it was held. And 2022 to 2025, that's 3 years. Yeah. So, I mean, it's supposed to be 2024. And ever since then, they've been postponing it. That's the thing I see about Nigeria. I mean, no consistency. How do we want to provide, or how do we want to encourage these athletes? Because, I mean, some of the importance of this competition is to at least robust produce pool of athletes, and also to curb age shaded, because I mean you can see athletes from maybe secondary school just participate and nurture them from there. But I mean, this is what we get to see in Nigeria. Just like David said, we don't know if they're even going to postpone it, because I mean it's been happening. It's been happening way before now. So I just hope they maintain that consistency after 2025. If it's 2027, let's be prepared. Let's know that that's when it's going to be happening. We call it National Festival. It's something that is supposed to be for Nigeria. If you're encouraging sport, National Festival for me is key. You understand? So I think I'm not surprised. I don't think anybody should be surprised with all of this is happening in Nigeria. Do they even take all of these things serious? They don't.
God have mercy.
Well, it is what it is.
Before we go to basketball, David has some update from basketball, but let's quickly talk about this controversial story where two-time Olympic 100-meter medalist Fred Kerley was arrested in Miami for allegedly punching his former girlfriend and fellow athlete Alicia Johnson in the face. The alleged altercation occurred at a hotel in Dania Beach on Thursday before Kayla was due to compete in the second Grand Slam track meeting, which started yesterday. Of course, according to the story, Kerley had been charged with one count of battery, touch, or strike, a perfect arrest. Per the arrest, I report the Brown County Sheriff's Office. That is what they are telling us, that look, Kerley is going to be appearing. He appeared in court yesterday, but he will still appear again, and he was posted a $1,000 bond before leaving yesterday. So it was also reported that Richard Cooper, Kerley's attorney, released a statement saying they are confident that his case will be summarily dismissed shortly. Grand Slam track confirmed in a statement that Kerley was arrested and the matter is under active investigation. I mean, this is something, somebody that should be a model, a role model in the society, punching. I mean, this one is battery now.
You know, it's sad to see someone that is supposed to be a role model doing this kind of a thing, and I think it can dent his career. Someone that has suffered a lot to build his career up to this very moment. We just hope he is able to clear his head, because right now we've seen a lot of athletes. I mean, being in cases like this, when it's not rape, it has to be assault as well. We just hope that these athletes, we just have to give them the advice that sport is different from lifestyle. You don't you keep your emotions in check when you are dealing with females. We are dealing with women. We just hope that at the end of the day, and if he's found guilty, it should be punished, because you don't treat ladies like this, you don't treat women like this. They are meant to be catered for, to be cared for, and we just wait to see what the court will actually put out when it comes to judgments.
Definitely. All right. To the stream, yes, thank you for joining us there. Drop your comments. Continue to drop your comments. Now, I asked last night for David Aloma to drop his details via the WhatsApp. I don't know if you were the one that dropped, because the name I got, where is Nike? The name I got was actually, I was expecting to hear something close to David. But the kind of name I got did not even go near. I don't know if you're the one, because I asked you and Jola Osho to drop your details yesterday. But what I got, so confirm it to me if you are the one, David Aloma, if you are the one that that sent the details last night in the WhatsApp portal 0705 507 1007. I asked you to send last night. I wanted to do it when I saw the name. I said, let me not send money to the wrong person. That's why I had to hold it on. So let's know, David Aloma. Yes, please, boss, don't forget me. So I'm not forgetting you. I just want to know if you were the one that actually sent that. I think I got, is it Adeyemi or something? I'll check. I'll check. If it was Adeyemi. Where is Nike? I think she gave the name to me. Nureni Farouk says, good afternoon to you all. Thank you. Nureni Farouk says, keep shining. You are the best. God bless you, my brother. Standing Salah says, you're doing well. Thank you so much. It says, Preach the Finest with a lot of sexy vibes, right? God, what is it? Standing Salah. And you're a man. You're sounding like a girl. Anyway, thank you so much. I appreciate you, my brother. Yes, we take more of your comments. Keep them coming. Yes, I just quickly had to address that so that I want to be sure the name I got in the WhatsApp. David Aloma, if you're the one, confirm it so that I can quickly do the transfer to you. All right, let's go to basketball now before we have a breather. At the other side, we'll be looking through the controversy, trailing shooting stars, trailing a sports journalist in the States, and what is going on. All right, David, let's talk what's happening in the NBA. We're getting towards crescendo now.
Yes, the semi-finals of the NBA playoffs. Teams of franchise have qualified into the semi-finals of the NBA playoffs. A game was played in the last of this today, and Fred VanVleet was in blistering form as the Houston Rockets studying Warriors with a huge run of 15 points and a 7-point win in Game 6 to force in Game 7. VanVleet posted 29 points, 8 rebounds and 8 assists. Apparently Sengun also supported with 21 points, 14 rebounds and 6 assists, as the Houston Rockets got a famous win against the Golden State Warriors to force a Game 7. For Steph Curry, he posted 29 points, 7 rebounds and 5 3-pointers. Jimmy Butler also posted 27 points, 9 rebounds and 8 assists, but they were on the losing side as the Golden State Warriors lost. So they will be going to the home ground of the Houston Rockets for the Game 7 if they want to stand a chance to proceed into the semi-final of the NBA playoffs. We have a game tomorrow. LA Clippers will be up against the Denver Nuggets. The series is tied 3-3 presently, so a winner tomorrow will book his place in the semi-final of the Western Conference playoff. And looking at the pairings for the semi-finals, it's been confirmed now. The Cleveland Cavaliers in the Eastern Conference, the Cleveland Cavaliers will be up against the Indiana Pacers when it comes to the Eastern Conference semi-finals, and the second semi-final game will be up against the Boston Celtics up against the New York Knicks. And in the Western Conference, the OKC Thunder, that's the Oklahoma City Thunders, will be up against the winner of the Los Angeles Clippers and the Denver Nuggets. And the second semi-final game will be happening between Minnesota Timberwolves will be up against the winner between Houston Rockets and Golden State Warriors. Remember, the Houston Rockets and Golden State Warriors series is tied 3-3.
Okay, so that's the way it's been going down. I mean, Babola, have you been following the NBA?
Yeah, I've been following it. Last night, Golden State Warriors, I expected them to win. You saw the game? Yeah, I saw the game. I expected them to win, but I mean, Houston Rockets shocked them yesterday. But Stephen Curry was proper in that one. think he put about 27 or 28
29
points. 29 points, yeah. 29 points. And also Jimmy Butler too was also solid there, 27 points. So the series is so tight. I really hope Golden State Warriors come out of that one, because I mean I really want them to face Timberwolves, because this man, that's Anthony Edwards, dropping the legends down. So I mean, from
it's like he's a legend killer.
legend killer. So I want to see him face Steph Curry. So let me see the outcome of that one.
So you want him to drop Steph as well?
Let him drop Steph too. So let's see what happens in the semifinals. But right now, I mean, the teams that are in the quarterfinals, I think is well deserved. In the league, in the series, all of them, they've performed very well. Cleveland Cavaliers, Indiana Pacers, Boston, New York Knicks, Oklahoma City, all of them, they've performed.
The team that has surprised everyone this season seems like Oak has taken a whole lot of people by storm.
Yes, OKC Thunders have been surprising. They were the best in the regular season when it comes to the Western Conference, and also in the playoffs they won convincingly 4-0. Also, they've been blistering. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has to be the star man for the OKC Thunders. But I think when you look at the NBA playoffs all around, it's come as a surprising one for everyone, because you look at teams like the Golden State Warriors struggling.
Playoffs are always different from the regular
season.
season.
The Golden State Warriors are struggling. Lakers are out. Bucks are out.
I mean, just imagine Lakers.
But teams like Indiana Pacers are the one doing.
You know, just imagine
LA
Lakers of all
no
teams.
one would have expected
the
Pistons. The New York Knicks,
Knicks.
and the likes of
Indiana
Pacers,
Cleveland Cavs
to be among teams in the semi-finals of the NBA playoffs. But I mean, it's the NBA playoffs, so regular season is different from the postseason.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely.
we are going to enjoy it, but the likes of Boston still the defending champion is still there, so they are still in the mix to retain the NBA title.
NBA playoffs is like a cruise show. Anything can happen. Okay, so that's what's going on. I mean, some people have been wondering what could be the magic for City Oklahoma. I mean, what is the magic for them? People have been wondering. Well, we get to see they will go that far, but for Bobola is he just wants the giant killer to be killing the giant. All right, let's see how it goes. Let's have a breather. When we return, we'll definitely be looking through. We get to football, and we'll start with the local scene. You know how we do it. First 30 minutes is for other sports, and of course, the second 30 minutes for local sports, especially as it concerns us here. Then the other side is where we have the action attraction. We look around the league around the world. And when we return, it is the controversy that is trailing 3SC as a sport journalist in the state, one of our own. Did actually, but he has apologized. We'll get back to that very shortly. It is Complete Sports, Melody 100.7 FM with the finest and the crew. Bobola is here, David, and of course Ayola. We'll be getting back very shortly. Let's have this short breather.
I'm the bunch.
You only have one life to live. If you're lucky, then you might get two. I was down to the hit. Was a miracle that got me through.
I've seen the world, paid my dues. Got plenty of scars, but nothing to lose. Looking back now, there's no regrets. Moving forward, that's all that's left. Wouldn't change a thing, even if I could. I'm stronger now, I've seen the world, paid my dues. Got plenty of scars, but nothing to lose. I'm at the top of the world, in front of the crowd. Smoking in the air, look at me now.
FM 100.7.
Definitely Melody 100.7 FM on top of our game right here, just like the band you're saying in that song. That was one of the songs that made the 2010 World Cup in South Africa a thick one. Welcome back. This is still Melody 100.7 FM. The sports, complete sports right here this beautiful Saturday. The finest is still here with the crew, David, Ayola, and of course Bobola. Let's come to the local football scene now. And of course it is about the Shooting Stars Football Club. But before we talk about Shooting Stars football, why I want to link this story is the fact that the matter, even though the people at the top are yet to say anything about that of the the Shooting Stars, the matter concerning another team in Nigeria is that we now have a similar issue now, as the MPFL, Nigerian Premier Football League, has decided to ban Lobby Stars media director Emmanuel Uja from all its activities. Now, Uja was charged for breaching the NPFL framework and rules following his unguarded statement. The media director granted an interview where he accused Lobby Stars players of match fixing. You know, he said that in one of their games. So, similar thing has also taken place in Ibadan, where one of our own also said he had on good authority that the players of 3SC were involved in match fixing. In fact, he specifically talked about the Katsina United game. They were leading 2-0 before they dropped the two games, and they ended 2-2.
That was the first game.
Yes.
Katsina United didn't end 2-2. Katsina United Shooting Star didn't end 2-2. 1-0. Both legs.
So I was wondering.
He was talking about the Remo Stars.
They talked about the Remo Stars
and the Lobby Stars game.
And the Lobby Stars game.
The Katsina United game. Both games ended 1-1.
And so I'm still wondering how these things. But let's just talk about match fixing in Nigeria, match fixing allegations in Nigeria, and you just heard what Lobby Star, the MPFL has done to this one. The media director of Lobby Stars, he actually accused his own players of match fixing. Unlike our own, there is a journalist that is talking about it. That players of we know that these things do happen. No, we know they do happen. Just that nobody has been caught like this.
Yes, there's no fact, there's no evidence. But I think this happened when the Lobby Stars players were attacked right there at their training ground, and the media officer came out and said the players were attacked due to the fact that they were involved in match fixing. So, but right now, when you want to come out with allegations like that, you have to have your facts like that, because in overseas as well. We've seen players being banned. Match fixing, betting, it goes along each other. We've seen players abroad being banned for betting. The likes of Ivan Tony, the likes of Sandro Tonali have been banned. Even in Nigeria, we've seen the likes of Salisu who've been banned because of bribe. So we can't. I think we can't confirm that it's happening, but allegedly there are reports that are saying there's match fixing right there among MPFL players. But one thing is, you can't just come out and accuse players of such thing. You have to have your facts, the evidence to back it up. So I think that's one thing. That's the reason why the media officer was banned, because I don't think he was able to provide evidence. And then when it comes to things like this, even in law courts, in court, when you don't have the evidence, your case will just be thrown away. It's all about defending your case. So I think for the media officer and what is actually playing right there in Ibadan as well, we don't know. Just like the presenter said, he said the players were involved in match fixing. I think he has a little bit of truth in him. He's the one that knows what he saw, what he sees, to come out and say the players were involved in match fixing. But if you are saying such a thing, you should have the evidence, the facts, maybe recording tapes, audio tapes to back up your claims. So I think for him, we just hope to see what we found out with him, because there are a lot of issues right now.
Well, he has already tendered an unreserved apology. He has apologized to the MPFL. He has apologized to Legbele led MPFL. He has apologized to the management of the Shooting Stars. He has also apologized to his own office as well. But we just hope, we just hope the right things are done in Nigeria. So because nobody is saying these things don't happen, but I mean, just as David said,
we can't just
when you're saying this thing, yes, you have to bring evidence.
You have to bring evidence.
But Bobola, looking at the issue of match fixing and all of that being talked about, that the players were the ones that actually, I mean, you accuse players of match fixing. Can players fix a match without the knowledge of management of a club?
That's the notion I'm trying to think about. I don't think it's possible. Why would
that players would decide to fix?
Are they going to plan amongst themselves? Like they will call maybe Remo Stars players. They will not sit and say, "Oh yeah, you guys should just allow." I don't think it's that possible. I don't think so. And for what happened, just like I said yesterday, we should be careful with what we say outside. Even when we criticize, there's what they call constructive criticism. You don't just criticize and say certain things where you don't have evidence. And yes, kudos to the management of Shooting Stars. The media officer, Tosin Omojola, came out to speak about it, because we don't get to hear from them. But this time, I mean, they spoke out, maybe because it's defamatory. So at least
you just have to come out
to say this. And the Katsina incident, the man even was wrong, because he said
it ended 2-2, so
yeah,
both games ended 1-0.
1-0.
1-0 in favor of Shooting Stars at their home ground.
So, but when you look at it, David, when you look at it, the game they scored in the 97th minute. That's Katsina United. So you might want to look at it from that angle, but I don't want to believe it, because I mean, we don't have a proof about it. But we have seen it in football, even in the Turkish league. In Istanbulspor last season, I think they were suspended. They are given, I think it was their president that was suspended, or something related to that. So we see it every time in football. Sometimes I wonder why, even betting, just like David said, why do they engage in all of these things? I mean, they make good money. So
no, there are some people that are addicted with betting.
Addiction.
I mean, Lysandro Tonalo is a that one. He's an addicted person. He's addicted to betting, no matter what he does.
Another issue just popped up about it, but
I'm telling you,
I want to say to everybody that's on the media space, be careful with what you say. If you don't have a proof, if you have a proof, tender it and say, okay, I have this, and this was how I was able to get all of this. So if you don't have a proof, don't come out to just say certain things. I hope they deal with the presenter, because I mean, even if you apologize, it still has to be dealt with. You just don't come out to say certain things like that.
No, don't say they should deal with him. Let us forgive him. He's one of our own. Let us forgive him. Let's forgive him. Okay, so talking about the Lobby Stars, and of course the issue, the MPFL has also directed the Lobby Stars media director to tender a written apology and retract the match-fixing allegations. So Lobby Stars already have been relegated. So that's the situation. We've not heard any concerning the Shooting Stars own and the allegation made by one of our own as well. We've not heard from the top. When I mean the top, I'm talking about the MPFL. Even though we heard Elegbele was highly embarrassed when he heard such thing, but we've not heard anything from them. So let's hope they will not take it up, because if they take it up, he might go beyond what we are talking about right now. But one thing is certain: when you want to come to equity, you must come with clean hands. Let's leave it that way and go to something else. Okay, yes, there are no MPFL matches this weekend in Nigeria. We have rather the Federations Cup. So let's quickly look through what we have in the President Federations Cup, as they call it. But first, let me go to the that's a Facebook page again. Yes, David Aloma says, okay, I'm the one, sir. He says, Adewale Adeyem. So it's actually your name. So what happens to David Aloma? Where did you get that one? Okay, don't worry. After the show, I'll send you something. I'll send you your stuff, all right? Okay, so Habib Muiwati Jani says, good afternoon, my brother. He says, Bidemi Desires also saying, good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon to you all. And Abi Demi Desire says, pretty, I salute you. Yeah, I salute you, my brother. He says, I can't wait for football stories. It's only football stories you're waiting for. You see what we're saying? Meaning, if you are in charge of sports today, you focus on football. All right? It says, yes, Shola as a... I know what you're trying to say. I don't want to be mentioning the name here. You have mentioned Okay, Jola Shario says, Henry says, Jola Shario, why? I didn't hear from you yesterday. Says, good evening, guys. It is another time to hear the exciting world of sports from the local level to the biggest level. You say my high point this week is let me see. I want to see what's your high point. Well, you like to write a epistle. So my high point this week is the Champions League, the boys' game where Arsenal lost without scoring. Donnarumma producing some crucial save. Also, my high point, my darling Inter Milan scoring 3 goals against Barca. Of course, that was a very beautiful one. We're coming to that. Because we're going to be having another beautiful time this week in the Champions League. So my low point, however, this week, the 2 weak teams in the EPL, Spurs and Man U, seems to be he said it seems to be hailing the Europa League after winning comfortably against their rivals. My low point is Shooting Stars, a football club of Ibadan, that we thought they would be going to Continental, but disappointing. Well, it's so disappointing, I tell you. So also my low point is the under 20 Nigerian guys that defeated. You call that your low point? Isn't that supposed to be a high point? They defeated their counterpart now. He said it's low point. Under 20, our boy is beating. Okay. Yes, Ajola Shario, I didn't hear from you, so let me hear from you, okay? Says, and he's now replying to Bidemi Desire, says, don't go back to the post. Which post is that?
To the past. Maybe.
Okay, sorry, to the past. Okay, which past is that now? Which past? Okay. It says, we are with you, sir. How is your day going? Yes. I asked you to do something yesterday. Now send your answer. You didn't send it again.
Is that not Daniel in the comment section?
Daniel testimony.
Daniel.
That is Daniel. It's Daniel.
Daniel. Is that Daniel?
That guy with the cup.
Oh my God.
It says it's in a very loud area, so you can't hear what we're saying.
Yeah, Daniel. It says
That's the comment. That's the comment.
Okay. It says that. Well, you are the one that saw it. I read what you saw.
No, let me go back.
Okay. All right. No problem. We'll get back to the messages. Keep them coming.
Okay, I've seen it. It said, Chai, paining me that I can't hear what my guy is saying.
Which of his guys?
In a very loud environment. So
is he talking? He's talking about Bobola.
Like
That's Daniel. Yeah. Daniel, I will deal with you because you did not say you were not going to be around. It says, okay, he's saying something here. And Daniel has the way of, I don't know how he set his phone. His writing is different from that guy is he's supposed to be a pastor, but I'm beginning to see some hanky-panky in his life. Okay, let's go to Federations Cup now. All right, Federations Cup today we have all the quarterfinals matches going down. That will be in the next 15 minutes or thereabout. Abakaliki taking on Nasarawa United, Akwa United taking on Kwara United, Plateau United will take on Rangers International, Wiki Tourists are taking on Ikorodu City. Now, if you look at all of these now, all these guys in today's quarterfinal matches, only one team is still flying high in the MPFL, and that is Ikorodu City.
Yes, Ikorodu City, they are flying high, but right now they are in fourth.
Mm-hmm.
So
they are flying high now.
Outside of the continental slot, but
league has not finished now.
League has not finished, but they are playing against a Wiki Tourist side. Ikorodu City has been amazing this season for a team that struggled in the first half of the season. They got a manager sacked, and they are fine from all cylinders. I'm playing against Wiki Tourist. Remember, they knocked out on Beyond Limits to go to nothing. That's Ikorodu City, and they were hoping to get a win because the Federation Cup can serve as a backdoor to go to the continent if you get to win. So I feel they will have the momentum, the confidence, the experience, the exposure to be able to get a win against Wiki Tourist. We have Rangers International against Plateau United. Rangers are not doing well in the league. They've recorded like 6 losses in the home this season for Fidelis Electrical side that won the
like
league last
Rangers,
season.
like Shooting Stars.
I mean, I think Rangers are a little bit better than Shooting Stars.
I wanted to hear that from you.
No, Rangers are better than Shooting Stars. At least they are in the quarterfinals of the President Federation.
Where
Shooting Stars were.
They are nowhere.
I mean,
they've not even told us how they bonded themselves out of the
we said it the
round
other
of
time.
32.
We won't say anything about it, and not right now since that disappointing exit. We've not heard anything from the Shooting Stars board. The investigation. They said investigation has been going on. We've not seen the outcome of the investigation, but that's the only issue. Rangers International up against Space United, but we're going for Rangers to win because of they will have to they will want to use this competition to appease their fan because this season has been shambolic for them, for a team that won the league last season, also pushing to qualify back to back into the continent, because that's what we used to say. Consistency in the Nigerian league is not there. Team that won the league last season, apart from Remo Stars that went to the continent last season, that they are also going this season, we don't have any other team also going to the continent again.
Yeah,
at
definitely.
least, although the season has not ended, but looking at what is actually playing out this season, Rivers United didn't qualify last season, but it's looking as if they will qualify this season. Ikorodu City and Abia Warriors didn't even get to play in the CAF competition or even the CAF Champions 2 seasons ago. So that's the consistency we crave for.
You call it consistency. Well, some other people will see it as meaning our league is highly competitive.
No, I can't. I can't say that it's highly competitive.
Really?
Look at the Premier League. If Chelsea don't qualify into the Champions League, they will find a way to qualify into the Europa League. If Man City don't qualify to the Champions League, they will find a way to qualify into the Europa League. In fact, they've been qualifying into the Champions League for the last 6 seasons. And although they...
Yeah, but Imba was doing it at the time.
But how many seasons on a row? How many seasons? I mean, Remo Stars has been the only one doing it in the last 3 seasons, and we've been seeing how they will do.
But Imba has been the only club in Nigeria that's been
I think they did it. I think they did it back-to-back seasons.
Just that
they got to the
they are not going to
quarterfinals.
the Champions League, but they are
The
going
CAF
to the
Confederation Cup. They got to they got to the quarterfinals back-to-back. But right now, look at where they are. Maybe they are also pushing because right now I think they've gotten their form back, but there's still a long way to go for them if they want to qualify into the continent.
Okay, Daniel, I said Daniel. Daniel, drinking his water to my feet. But Bola, what I just said now to David. Some people will say our league is highly competitive. That is why you see the top team, the gap between the top team and the difference between the top team and the teams that are facing relegation is not that much. That's one side. Then another thing concerning the Federations Cup today is, in the quarterfinal of 8 teams, we have just one team from the lower league. Just one team, Abakaliki. Does it mean that the lower league in Nigeria is not unlike what we see elsewhere? Because if it's in the some other leagues in the world, you find the lower leagues were represented even in the quarterfinal, some even in the semi-final. I mean, we saw what happened in England, in Spain, and elsewhere as well.
But I don't think it's only Abakaliki. I think Wiki Tories are also in the NNL. Yeah, right now, but they are currently first in the NNL.
Oh,
right
sorry, Wiki Tories as well. Yeah,
Wiki Tories are also there. So, and they are currently first.
I'm already seeing Wiki Tories as a qualified team to the FPFA.
But Wiki Tories, they are doing well in the NNL. Currently first in their group. They are in Group C.
Just like Crown FC.
Crown FC, yeah. So Group C, they are first. So they're going to qualify for the playoff, and I hope they go on to do like that. That was how Ikorodu City did theirs last season. But looking at the whole competition, most of these teams, even in their leagues, like the ones in the APFL, they're not doing well. Like Aqua United, they are still struggling for a relegation. Nasarawa United, not solid. Kwara, around 15th position. It's just Ikorodu City. I mean, that's my team, my favorite team. And Rangers International, that are the big guns right there. And for me, David said he supports Rangers to qualify, but me, honestly, I really want Ikorodu City. They dropped Beyond Limits, and Beyond Limits, for me, one of the best academies, and I think they've gone a long way when it comes to football. They just started, and they've been very, very solid. So for Ikorodu City to drop them, I think they, for me, deserve to be in the finals. In my own books, and look at what they're doing in the league. I mean, 2023, that was when they started, and look at the wonders they are doing. And most of the guys, they are scoring goals. Kola Ayomide, Wisdom, Ubani scored in the last game, and Adelani currently on 11 goals. So I like these boys. I mean, I like their form, I like their solidity, and I think they should go on to the finals and maybe qualify for Continental. Because at the end of the day, if the likes of Abakaliki, the likes of Nasarawa, the likes of Aqua United, if they go on to qualify, I mean, I don't trust their performance on the world stage.
It happened last season when the Academy Warriors won from the NLL, and then we saw what a shambolic performance in the CAF competition cup. So
they didn't even go close anywhere.
So I'm just trying to buttress what I was saying.
Okay, so you guys don't want underdogs to win it.
They don't even have the MPFL.
Even MPFL teams going to the continent, they still struggle not to talk about.
But I mean, when we cannot continue to because of that and say others should not be developed now.
But at the end of the day, they represent Nigeria. That's the thing. I think most of these teams at the end of the day, like Al Ahly now would say Al Ahly of Egypt, Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa, of Nigeria. So at the end of the day, they represent Nigeria. So I don't like when Nigerians go there and not perform.
Being guy, the MPFL board chairman just said their focus has to be the representation of Nigerian teams on the continent, because it's been shambolic in the last couple of years. And he said maybe they are going to look at the transfers of these clubs, because one thing that is affecting us is because these players, when they do well for a season, they find a way to leave. I think there are no controls.
Yeah, but you can't hold them down.
No, I think he's trying to look at maybe the clubs are not giving them the contract, because if you don't give players contracts, you are not let's say you don't have the right to stop the player after a season. You can't hold them down. So I think that's one thing is trying to look at. If you want to sign a player, give them the contract, 2 to 3 years contract, then you have a say if you want to release them or not. If Kopama wants to leave Chelsea today and Chelsea are not willing to leave, he doesn't have a choice. He has to obey his contract. So that's what the chairman is trying to make sure.
But let's be realistic, David. Let's be realistic. In fact, let's use this last part of this segment to discuss it. Let's be realistic. We still, the way we run our league, is it possible for what Elegbele is talking about? Because we still run the league. We do not run the league. It's business. Only Remo Stars chairman, is the one coalition. Is the one running the league like his business. Others are still running the league as entire sports competition.
I think it's a work in progress for me.
Work in progress for how many years?
No, the thing is, this current board just came in 3 years ago, and it's been worse.
It's not about the board. It's about the ownership of the club size.
No, I think you have to maybe change the constitution, and maybe because you look at majority of the teams in the MPFL, they are government owned, and even they are government owned. There's nothing stopping you from putting the right people in charge. So I think that's the issue. But when you have the board as well, not taking anything for granted, because when we have people that can call them into order, there was this particular time where before the season starts, the registration will just start going up and down and all that before the league starts. But right now, I think they've put that one to bed. The next step is making sure that these teams are running the club as they should. I think that's one thing the chairman is trying to do presently. The league is growing to me, apart from the crowd violence. The prize money just increased from 150 million to 200 million, and we don't have enough sponsors. So he's trying his best to make sure
we don't get to hear too many things about salaries again.
And the whole lot
of salaries. So
Yeah.
The league is growing. We just have to make sure we curb this the crowd issue. And I think the NFF also are not happy matters, because Bender Insurance got deducted 3 points because of them assaulting a referee, and they got their 3 points back when they appealed. So it shouldn't be happening in the league. It shouldn't be happening. So the NFF also are not happy matters here. If the MPFL board are trying to make sure the league is sanitized, the league is okay,
because the people at the NFF have more mouth.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's what we have. A lot of issues right there in Nigeria. If you are trying to make sure things are put in the right way, there are some people that will make sure things are put in the wrong way. So that's the issue. We can't just put all the issues on the board as well. They are trying their best. In fact, I can boldly say in the last 2 to 3 seasons we've seen improvements in the league. In time past, there was a particular time that our leagues were not running toe to toe with foreign leagues. Immediately the European leagues end. That's when I think that's when we will continue our own league. But right now we are likely to end the season almost at the same time right now. So it's a process.
Okay.
It's a process. The prize money has increased. We've seen a lot of away wins.
Just to add that, at least we get to see some matches on TV.
On TV as well.
Right
so we're moving there.
We are moving there.
So
there. We just
hope
I feel
it could be difficult until the ownership of the clubs actually change. The ownership also matters.
See,
just imagine we have like 10 privately owned.
There is nothing stopping us from sanctioning teams. It's not compulsory we play 20. It's not
Yes,
compulsory to have 20
that's what I'm
teams.
saying. If it's only 15,
Yeah.
we
It's
have.
only 15. Even if
Even
it's
the
10,
ladies, they are not
In South Africa, how many are there in South Africa?
even
In
if it's
France,
10
they are
that
not
are willing
willing
to cooperate with us,
now.
let's go with it. It's not compulsory we have 20 teams.
Because we're using it for politicking.
It's-
All the state. We said it here the other time. We had over 40 minutes. We discussed the shooting stars. Let Sheyi Makinde, the governor of the state, sell shooting stars. She has said, let's sell shooting stars. We only let them know that they will not change the name. It's our name, and you will not relocate it from Ibadan because it's an Ibadan thing.
you put it in the contract.
Yes, it's to be in the contract. Even if you are going to do anything that might be affecting later, maybe we can put it like the next 15 years, not immediately. So if all those things will work, I mean, why not? So 100 million naira you're giving them as subvention, you can use it to do other things.
Yes.
Okay, God help us. All right, let's quickly visit the page again. Jola Shario says, yes, so sad like that. I'm coming from the legendary presenter. Okay, you guys are discussing this matter again. I said you should let it go. And Toluani Zico says the presenter was right, but he just don't have evidence. And he go explain tired. Okay. Well, the presenter made a mistake, but he said he wants to say El Kanemi Warrior, not Kasina. Okay, that's part of the evidence we are talking about. Yolasha Rio says, David. Which of the David are you calling? Is it the Aloma or David here? David Bigbami, which one you're calling? Say professionalism is very vital, okay?
It's not just in sport as well.
Yeah,
Every profession.
everywhere.
Professionalism is
Yola
very
Shosi says this is if you can make it on air, and you can also make the other side on air. Well, if you can make it on air.
If you can make it, that means if you can be greater on here, you can achieve a lot of things on here. You can also make. Let me finish it. So.
Yola Show, kudos to you. Daniel, testimony. Daniel, your wala is too much. This your italic say you are using to write says a wala. What is it writing? Say,
It's a child.
Chai, paining me, I can't hear when you. What you guys are saying? Is it my fault that you can't hear? You went to make money, have you? You bring the money here. Okay, Toluan Ezekiel says when it comes to experience, most sport presenter in Ibadan don't come close to him. Okay, I says I guess we are. Okay, Jola Sharia says I guess we are predicting tomorrow. Yes, we definitely predict Chelsea Liverpool tomorrow. Yeah, I said that yesterday. Now, Chelsea Liverpool, and of course, which other game do we have? We'll check another. I think we have La Liga tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
We have La Liga, but I don't think there's a big
No
game.
important
No
one.
top.
No talk. But at least we have that Chelsea Liverpool on board. We'll look at another game for you. You must be
There's
two.
a Nigerian game tomorrow as well. Nigeria Morocco under 20. So
Which one be that one? Okay. Yola Sharia says you want to hear from me. Yola Sharia. You're even putting it here. I said put it on that WhatsApp 0705507. Send it to the WhatsApp number there because this one might soon disappear after reading it. Says send to OP. Okay. Guys, let's pull up. All right. Thank you for your messages. Let's quickly have this short breather so that we can come back and go to the foreign scene. But let's have this time check because it is 4 p.m. Melody 100.7. At the other side, we talk foreign news. I will talk the league all around. Something just happened in the EPL and more happening. Then that's when Ariola that lost to talk foreign sport will join us in total. Keep it locked right here.
From Melody 100.7 FM, Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. The time is 4 p.m. Melody FM 100.7.
time to rise and shine. Somebody sing, yeah. It's my time to rise and shine. Somebody sing, yeah. We are champions for life. That's what we are. It's my time to rise and shine. Somebody sing, we are champions for life. Time after time, through the stormy weather, still here I stand. I keep going on. I will fight till the end. I'll hold on, never give up. Gotta be strong, it won't be long. It's my time to rise and shine. Somebody sing, yeah. Oh, it's my time to rise and shine. Somebody say, we are champions for life. That's what we are. It's my time to rise and shine. Somebody say, we are champions for life. We are the champions. We are the champions. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We are the champions. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Woo. We are the champions. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We are the champions. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Woo. We are the champions.
Melody FM 100.7.
Okay, we are champions for life. That's who we are. That's what we have. Melody 100.7 FM. That's why I always say the Odogu radio station. In case you don't know what Odogu means, Odogu simply means champion. So let's go now to the foreign scene and begin to talk about things happening there. Hurricane, the hurricane. Like the course is about to be over. The course is about to be over for Hurricane, the hurricane, because it seems he's winning something now and now for the first time. But before we go to that, let's quickly talk about the championship where Leeds United got a late win to clinch a title. Of course, Luton Town, Coventry and Bristol are into playoffs. That is what is happening in the championship. I'm talking about the championship in England. Let me welcome Ayola on this one. Ayola, welcome. I'm sure you are ready for me now. This one you are laughing. Mm-hmm. Okay, Luton relegated after 5-3 defeat at West Brom, and Coventry beat Borough and Bristol City draw with Preston to end the playoff places. But for now, Leeds United scored a late winner at Plymouth Argyle. And of course, right now, Leeds United are back to the Premier League. David, Leeds United are back to the Premier League.
Yes, sir. Leeds United, they are back in the Premier League. Remember when they were in the Premier League, Marcelo Bielsa boys, they play fancy football. They are a team well known to attack and not to defend until they got found out.
I still remember Rafinha.
Yes, Rafinha. When he was at Patrick Bamford.
Yeah,
Patrick
Bamford, exactly. There,
Also,
I want to remember this boy too
Rodrigo.
from Man City.
Which one? Calvin Phillips.
Phillips, yeah.
A lot of players there now.
Wow.
There was this particular Rodrigo as well that was scoring
Rodrigo,
goals.
exactly.
So it's good they are back. but they shouldn't play what they did when they were in the Premier League. There.
Abi.
You don't go all attack, and we need to, in the last 2 seasons, teams that got promoted also got relegated almost the same season. So they need to find a way to sign quality players. The Premier League is different from the Championship. Last season they were unlucky in the playoffs, they lost, but right now they are back. Last season in the playoffs final they lost to Southampton, but right now they are back. Fantastic for them. And for Burnley, they got relegated last season. Now first time also coming back in the English Premier League.
Just one season they are back.
Scott Parker, remember also, maybe that's his level when it comes to his managerial career. They are back as well. Lots of Anthony, there's another Anthony in that Burnley side, and Hannibal as well from Manchester United.
Hannibal, yes.
So they're in that squad. So 100 points for Leeds United and Burnley, but Leeds United won the championship via goal difference.
Goal difference, yes.
So Coventry City in the playoffs, the likes of Sunderland as well are in the playoffs. Sheffield United are in the playoffs. So it promises to be big. Coventry City in Frank Lampard when he was appointed, they were in the relegation fight, but he's found a way to put them in the playoffs. And for the likes of Luton Town, got relegated.
I mean, you just mentioned something, and let's talk about him quickly, because so many people thought he was finished. I mean, he wasn't good enough after being sacked at Chelsea. He didn't get any other job. I mean, right now, just as you mentioned, Coventry City were going down when they got him.
17th.
But right now, in the playoffs,
I think
what's magic?
Their manager then was Wayne Rooney.
Yeah, when Rooney killed them now,
He nearly killed.
He already killed them. So, I mean, so what magic? What couldn't Rooney do that Lampard did is what I'm still thinking.
Lampard is, let me say, is an average manager. He's good on his own level, but I think that's his level when it comes to Championship football. Because if you look at his career, his managerial career, I think his first job has to be the derby counting job, and he found a way to qualify them through the playoffs. He managed Aston Villa at some point, then derby counting, but he wasn't able to get derby counting to the Premier League. So after that season, he got the Chelsea job, a bigger job. And
maybe that was his mistake.
I can't say that was his mistake.
To have gone to a bigger club at that time.
I don't think it was a mistake, but his first season he did pretty well. You know, Chelsea was sanctioned not to buy players in the first season, and he found a way.
They couldn't sign players.
He found a way to qualify Chelsea to the Champions League. But the second season, when he signed a lot of players, so expectation was on him to make sure Chelsea win major trophies, which he fell short. And the likes of Thomas Tuchel, you know, if you are not sound as a manager, if you don't have the capacity to handle pressure, you will feel as a team like Chelsea under Roman Abramovich, not the same Chelsea, because we have two different Chelsea, the Roman Abramovich era and
the Roman army,
and the blue and this third bully. So it's two different things. If the likes of Enzo Maresca were in that Roman era, they would have been gone. They would not have been appointed in the first place.
Since that time, started going down from second.
They would have been gone along. Even Enzo Maresca wouldn't have gotten the job of Chelsea. So,
because Abramovich likes to go for class.
So for Lampard, I think this is level fantastic one for me. So I'm very happy if they get to qualify into the Premier League. But wow. I have team like Sunderland as well. Sunderland has been pushing for a very long time.
It's been a long time.
They've been pushing for a very long
time.
They
went down, they've never returned.
Yes, they've been pushing for a very long time to get back into the Premier League. They play fantastic football, because if you watch them, they play fantastic football. I remember when the likes of Amad Diallo was there last season. Fantastic. If you watch them, Jude Bellingham, the younger brother of Bellingham, also is in the squad. There was a particular guy that was in the team before he was sold, Clark, before he was sold. So they also play fancy football as well. So I would love to see Sunderland in the Premier League as well. I don't want to see Sheffield. They are boring around football. I don't want to see Sheffield United, but I'll be rooting for Sunderland or Coventry City to promote.
Okay, talking about, the attention always focuses on EPL, but the action in the lower division championship is very, very, very strong. Championship, I mean, what they do there is massive and crazy. I mean, I always follow them, because I take my time week in, week out, and even if it's one match, I'll try to see in the championship, and I always love what I see. Energy there and all that. Okay, let's move to the EPL now. I mean, earlier today, Aston Villa did what they had to do against Fulham. They beat them 1-0. And right now, 60-point tied. 60 points. So more pressure for Chelsea. Chelsea ahead of their game tomorrow against Liverpool. Because if Chelsea don't win that game tomorrow, it might be difficult to go to Europe. But if Chelsea can be positive in that game tomorrow, then their European competition might just be very, very certain. Of course, Everton and Ipswich Town, they are playing right now. It is 2-1 in favor of Everton. And Leicester City defeating Southampton 2-0. Well, This one is a battle of the losers. Both of them have gone down. They've gone down already.
This is even happy. They're celebrating quite well. Like they're
What are they
celebrating.
celebrating? I saw the images. What are they celebrating? They are beating fellow relegated
There's
teams.
something interesting in that game.
What is interesting there?
Jamie Vardy blowing the whistle when the referee went down with an injury.
I was seeing what I've been following. What's going on in it, because I'm not even what is important in that game. They both gone down.
The referee
they are trying to bond friendship.
fell down
And
Jamie
he picked the
Vardy
whistle.
he picked the whistle and raced to stop the game.
I saw it, and in fact, the BBC they've highlighted that particular thing you just talked about. Okay, all right. Let's look through the main game tonight, and that is the game between Arsenal and, of course, Bournemouth. Well, is it still important? Because I feel Arsenal might just lose their guard because they have a very strong game on Wednesday. Ayola.
Well, I think this is
Because
kind
this
of,
game is not important. They have a
it
very
is not
important game on
important.
Wednesday.
It's also important.
How is it
because-
important? League has been won.
Fine, Liverpool have won the league. Why I say this match is kind of a banana peel for Arsenal, because we know, looking at the table now, they are just 3 points ahead of Manchester City, and the way it's going now, if they should lose this match and one way or the other City actually find their way to top Arsenal at the end of the
League.
season, it's kind of worrying for them, because finishing third after staying all this while in the second position and eventually finishing third might be a kind of disaster season for them. And also, if they are not getting the Champions League final as well, so that will be so disastrous for them. So I think they should
But I mean,
just
they
try
need
and-
the game.
yeah, they really need the game to focus and just to cement their second position they have actually been consistent about for the past 2 seasons, kind of. So
Consistent about.
I mean, they've been consistent now. You
Yeah,
can't
they're
say
consistent
that.
with the second
You consent with
position.
second for the third season now.
Do you have to? Do you
What are
have
you
to?
saying?
Do you have to say that?
So it's not a ban.
No, but it's been
I wasn't
realistic.
expecting that, to be
It's
honest.
been realistic.
So they just
Your-
have
your-
to
He just spoke like Daniel.
Your partner in crime, Daniel.
Yeah,
It's not.
he just
it's not
spoke
the
like
truth.
Daniel.
they just have to keep the momentum up, since the second position is what they're actually good with. So
You said another. They are cautioning you for what you say. You're still saying another. You're a bad guy. They have always been consistent. God, Arsenal why? Arsenal. There should be a title of a movie. Arsenal why? Now, Bobola, looking through, because some people will tell you, I mean, let's be wise. Even if we lose to Burma, no problem. Because Burma, they are a strong side. Especially when they want to make big sides like this, they have a way of giving you problem.
There will be
Let's
problem
just-
if they lose.
Eh?
You know why?
Why would there be problem?
No.
They have a stronger game on Wednesday that they
No.
must concentrate.
If Arsenal should lose and they eventually got knocked out of the Champions League, they have 2 difficult fixtures coming up. They have Liverpool at the Anfield, and I'm very sure Liverpool wouldn't want to lose against Arsenal at the Anfield at front of their own fans to make sure that we are the eventual champions.
We
We are the
champion.
true
They will give
champions.
them guard of honor
They will
tomorrow.
give them
So what
guard
is
of honor,
happening?
but they also want to make sure they beat Arsenal at the front of their own fans.
Chelsea is giving them guard of honor tomorrow. So there's
That's-
nothing against
that's
them.
Stamford
Guard of
Bridge.
honor is just a random.
That's
Just
Stamford
a
Bridge.
ceremonial.
No.
Yeah.
Ceremonial stuff.
After that, they are playing against Newcastle. Now, if eventually Newcastle are closer to Arsenal when it comes to points, that will be a very tough game. Remember, Arsenal has not defeated Newcastle this season.
Yeah.
So
Now, Alexander Isak has a way of dealing with
they
it.
have to make sure, at the same time they are looking at the Champions League, they also have to be very conscious with the league matches as well. They need to get a win to make sure they cement their
Okay,
Champions League.
wait. Let's do it this way. And I want the guys also commenting on Facebook. I want to ask my guys here a question. I want you to also answer online. Which is more important? If
For
you are
Arsenal.
yes, now, because now you have 2 things before you, and they say one is more important to the other. Which would you do? Win Bournemouth, lose to PSG, or lose to Bournemouth, win PSG?
No, I'm not saying winning.
Because you
one-
cannot win both.
Okay, if you are going with which one is important, it's the PSG game.
Okay,
have
so
to
they
win
can,
against PSG.
so they can afford to lose Bournemouth.
But what if they lose the both games?
Don't say what people. I just asked a question. Ayola, lose to Bournemouth, win PSG.
Of
Which
course.
one is more important?
Of course, PSG is so very important for them because there's a price tag for that. And for Bournemouth, I don't think it's really necessary for them, but they just have to find a way. because it won't be so nice for Manchester City to finish the season second ahead of Arsenal. No, it's not.
It will not be good.
It's not fine.
It's not fine.
Aside be sentimental.
Well, it's not fine. How is Man City not better than them? If not, the problem that happened along the way.
The tough time Manchester City has.
Man City has they've come back.
Fine, they regenerated and they are trying to play their awesome football we know them to be and the position they are supposed to be. But at the end of everything, if you should look at it, Arsenal has been there for so long, battling with Liverpool.
Chelsea was there before.
Of course, these teams
there
are
was
there
a time
before,
Chelsea was there.
Arsenal and Liverpool are the pole point fighting for the Premier League. And now as it is like this now, Liverpool has actually claimed the Premier League. So what Arsenal is just supposed to do, cement your second position and we're fine.
Bobola,
Yeah.
the same question I asked. Lose to Bournemouth, win PSG, or vice versa.
The key game is PSG. I used to say it in the Premier League. If you're not winning, the only thing that you can do is to qualify for the Champions League. So if you're not number one, even if you finish as second, third, fourth, I mean, I still see you as, fine, you qualified for the Champions League. It's still a decent season at the end of the day because it's just only one winner. So I think the PSG game is key, is the most important one for them. And I really hope that Arteta should see it that way. Because, long time before now, he has seen it like that because, he cared less about the Premier League. And hopefully...
Is it that he cared less or they lost out?
They cared less, I think, because there were certain times that Liverpool
did
had...
they care less or they lost out?
They lost out. They were pushing.
If you say they cared less, it's like they just decided to...
It was when they realized that they won't be winning the Premier League. That was when they started concentrating on the
if you say they
Champions
care less, I see why Daniel always attack you. If he was here now, he will attack you for that.
But the truth is, there was a time that they had a draw, and Liverpool lost that game. Yeah, and I felt like if Arteta had won that game, it would have been closer.
Not that they cared less. Now they couldn't do it.
That's the reason why Liverpool.
couldn't just do
I
it.
think it was against Brentford. Yeah, they were supposed to win that game. It would have made it very, very close. Liverpool wouldn't have won it at this point in time. It would have lasted till like game 37 or 38.
That's the reason why Liverpool are champion. Every time Liverpool fails to win,
Exactly.
you look at that weekend, Arsenal also fails to win.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the truth, yeah.
Okay, so what do you make of this? If you're commenting online, let us know. Which one would you have? Will you advise Arsenal? Meaning you heard the analysis. Bournemouth, lose to Bournemouth, win PSG, or win Bournemouth, lose to PSG. You can also call us 0702-520-1007 and 0705-507-1007. That's if you want to call. We'll be taking your comment and we'll be taking your calls as we go on. Tomorrow, yes, we have a very important game as well. But I'm coming to that very shortly. But let's take Brentford first. We're taking on Manchester United. That's the first game tomorrow at 2 p.m. Brighton and Newcastle United. West Ham United, Tottenham Hotspur. That one is not important. But of all the 4 games we have tomorrow, just one not important. West Ham, Tottenham. But the other games, where? Brentford, Man United, Manchester. Brentford. Brentford are pushing. With what they did, winning the game.
It's important for Brentford.
Yes, because they defeated Nottingham
It's
Forest.
important because their gap, the 6th position is on 60 points.
Yes.
No,
but
the
Brentford are on
Conference
49.
No, the Conference League spots, its position.
Yes, now Conference League sports.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
true. That's
Conference
true.
League sports. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's more
Because
important.
It's important for Brentford.
51 points, 49 points
That's
is still
2
very
points.
close.
So it's
yeah.
important to
Our
them.
form just lost this afternoon.
Exactly.
So it's not important for Man U, but Brentford beating Nottingham Forest midweek, meaning they still have. They want to be winning. If they can win the rest of the matches, they have hope for the Conference League. Now let's talk about Brighton and Newcastle because that's the team. Newcastle is one team that is pushing really hard. They are pushing Chelsea, pushing Man City.
Brighton Newcastle is a tough one. Brighton also. There was a particular time they were struggling, but right now they got a famous win against West Ham. 3-2. They had to come from behind in the 90th minute to get a win. Fantastic goals from their players, Carlo Baleba. What a revelation has been this season. Since Moses Caicedo left, it's been a revelation for Brighton and over. For Newcastle United, the only target is to qualify into the Champions League, and they've been doing it well in the last couple of weeks. Eddie Howe, fantastic manager. The players as well. Afi Barnes has found a way to get back into the team and scoring goals. Alexander Isak, Jacob Murphy, and in the middle of the park as well, Sandro Tonali. So Kieran Trippier also is getting back into the team, getting back to the very best, creating chances, assists as well. But I think Newcastle wouldn't want to lose because they know what is at stake presently. Brighton also pushing for the Conference League, knowing fully well Fulham just lost as well, and they have a Brentford side also breathing down their neck.
Yeah.
So they will also want to get a win to also cement their position when it comes to 8th position to qualify into the Conference, because Newcastle will have been the team qualifying into the Conference via them winning the Conference League. Carabao Cup rather, so they would have been the one qualifying to the Conference League, but right now they are pushing for the Champions, so the Conference League slot is up for grabs presently. So I think I just see a Newcastle win tomorrow, but worst case scenario a draw. I don't see them losing.
Wow. Okay, let's go to Chelsea now. Ayola, Chelsea, your team alongside Liverpool. Chelsea need that game. As it is right now, Chelsea cannot afford to lose any game now. Not even a draw.
Not even a draw.
If they want to go to Europe.
All the matches are so important for them now. Like I said the last time I was there, I said they actually, both the players and Enzo Maresca, they both set themselves up for these tough fixtures towards the end of the season. So I believe they should be ready.
Chelsea could have been in this. They shouldn't have been here.
I believe they should know what's at stake and they should just go out for it. Against Liverpool, fine, they will be giving them the guard of honor because they are the champions already. And for Chelsea, it's just all about the 3 point tomorrow. Liverpool have nothing to lose. They have nothing to like
nothing to play for again.
And then for Liverpool coach has actually come out that there's kind of been some rotations, but I think that might be a mind game for me because I'm not seeing any kind of rotation that you have to put Salah that still need to make a statement at this very point as well. So you just have to watch out for some angles of the match. So Chelsea, they just have to, I don't know how they want to do it. They should just make sure they
by hook or crook. It is that rotation you just talked about now that is making Daniel to feel that it's going to be a difficult game because those guys who have not been playing regularly, if they not feel them, you want to prove a point that look, you have not been playing me. I want to show you that I can play, coach. They will not give Chelsea problem.
But honestly, for me, if Salah is not playing, there's no Liverpool. Honestly. I remember.
So it's only Salah that is Liverpool.
I don't think he's going to bench Salah.
He can't bench Salah because I mean right now Isak is on 22 goals. Isak, I mean, is somebody that can score an hat-trick and he gets to 25, and Salah is on 28 goals, so it's very very close. So I think he's not going to bench Salah, and Salah is key for them. But Chelsea Liverpool is always a very tough encounter with Liverpool having the edge, and I think all of these records might be what Liverpool will be looking at because I mean the previous time since 2023 I don't think Chelsea have won them. They've not won them at all, and most of the time it's always a slim victory, but Chelsea have not won them in recent times, so they might want to continue that momentum. But I think Chelsea have what it takes to defeat them because they know what is at stake right now. Everything is key for them because they have a couple of tough games to play, and most of the teams that they are playing next, the likes of Nottingham Forest, those are the teams that they are struggling for the Champions League spot against.
That's their last game.
Yeah, last game, and they've got Newcastle too.
That's our next game.
Next game,
yeah.
So I mean, they know what is at stake right now. If they defeat, should they defeat Liverpool right now? I mean, they have the edge to defeat the likes of Newcastle because I mean, on paper we know that Chelsea is bigger than them, but I mean, football can be very very shocking.
My worry for the match is just coming from the angle of Enzo Maresca because so far this season his performance or the way he set up his team against the big guns in the Premier League, he has not really been so hop with the top coaches in the Premier League.
What do you expect?
That's what I'm saying.
Do you expect him to win?
Of course he can win.
How can he win?
Even when you look at Manchester United, when Amorim came in, you can look at the top matches they play with the likes of Manchester City, Liverpool.
So where are Manchester United presently?
No, that is not the point. I'm coming from the angle like your team might not be doing well, but you're having a coach that have the insight, that has the ability to go up with the top coaches.
Well, okay, now if you are telling me going up with the top coaches, what has that win for Manchester United gotten them in the Premier League? Because David,
this is my point.
If
Manchester United is going to play Manchester City tomorrow now, I'm so sure United fans will have the edge at some point. Like, yes, we have a coach that can do something, tactical in this match. And if you look at Amorim, of course, if you look at his against Guardiola, he's having the hedge against Guardiola.
How?
He has won it more times
because of what he did that time.
That is not the point. The point is he has come and he has made the statement.
He's going down like a ladder every day.
I'm not talking that before he comes. Before he come around. See, I'm just talking about the coach proper, and I'm not talking about the team now. Okay. What I'm saying is, if you are a coach of any top team in the Premier League, if you are playing against the top teams, you have to bring your A game as well too. That's what we know the likes of Jose Mourinho for. They will always give you the mind games. They will give you the tactical angle. Enzo Maresca has done nothing.
So you are like David that says Maresca should be sacked.
Daniel.
I'm not saying they should sack him.
Daniel,
I'm not saying they should sack him.
Oh, okay, sorry, Daniel. Okay, you don't want it.
I'm not saying they should sack Maresca. I'm just worried about his winning mentality and his own ability as a coach to put the player in the right.
See, there's nothing like winning mentality here.
Okay.
I can't.
Tell me
yes,
something.
I agree with you that he's been struggling with bigger teams. Yes, quite alright, he's been struggling. But
he has not defeated a bigger team
at all.
This
is the best he got was a draw, I think, against
he got a win against Tottenham.
It's Tottenham is big team.
That's a tradition. Tottenham is even a tradition.
I feel like to off your mic what you just said now. Tottenham of all teams.
Let me finish what I'm
God forbid bad team. Tottenham.
This same Tottenham.
We Tottenham.
Manchester United has not defeated them this season.
We need that. It's Tottenham.
Don't call Chelsea Tottenham.
See, let me tell you, this same Tottenham, they defeated Man City 4-0 this season. So what are we talking about?
Is Tottenham a big team?
See,
Chelsea,
they are part of big
teams.
How can you call Tottenham a big team?
Let me explain my point. Now,
you call Tottenham a big team.
Last season that
don't let people hear you.
No, I'm not saying they are a big team, but they are part of big six,
Big Six,
regular big six. Now, last season that you guys were talking about, you were competing with the bigger boys. You were playing. Tell me, apart from Tottenham that you said we should not count, the only win Chelsea had last season was against Manchester United, and it was almost at the tail end of the game.
That is also a win.
So this season has not even ended. So what is giving you the impression that Chelsea will not win against Manchester United and not win against Liverpool? See, football. I've always been saying this. Enzo Maresca, although he has his own issues as well, but you look at that players in that squad, for crying out loud. These are bank average players. Apart from the likes of, if you want to remove Kopama, is found a way to rejuvenate Marco Kurela this season. It's down to the manager. It's found a way to make sure. Look at that Chelsea squad. The centre back.
Marco Kurela has always been a very super player.
He's
just the coach. See, whatever the coach is.
Now, since Marco Kurela signed for Chelsea in this first season, it was abysmal.
Yeah.
Last season it was just getting to, and last season that you were talking about, he didn't score 3 goals for Chelsea last season. He's found a way to score 6 goals this season. So that's a sign of improvement. Caicedo has been improving. Look at that Chelsea squad in that defense.
Are you
that centre back?
Are you taking that down to the coach?
See, I can't take that down to. It's all about the board. It's the board that is signing the players. You don't expect the coach to perform magic with bang average players. It's not possible.
I'm talking about the players that you said have been improving.
Yes, it's down to the. Is
it down to the coach?
For me, they improved through his tactical ability. For me, it's down to the manager.
These players you are saying.
I wish Daniel was here. Because I know Daniel will not agree with you on this.
These players are mentioning. Don't forget, towards the end of last season when Pochettino was there, that was when they actually got their pick. Cucurella.
No, What?
So it was the same form this players.
You can't tell me. You can't tell me it's the same form. You can't tell me. I can't agree with.
What? Okay.
You can't tell me with the same form because Enzo Fernandez struggled
last season.
Last season.
Okay, sir.
And he was not doing anything. And even Chelsea fans were like, Caicedo Enzo Fernandez partnership won't work. Look at what happened this season. Now for kind of Enzo as the highest assist when it comes to the midfielder or in all competition apart from Bruno Fernandes playing in that central midfield role. He has the highest assist. Combining together, he's improved this squad.
This is my point.
Romelu has not been fit, and you expect the coach to perform magic. Now, is it the fault of the manager that the board are signing bang average players? Now look at this press conference yesterday. I was looking at the press conference and the what's it called? The journalists were asking him questions about how will you be able to compete with Liverpool in the future? Or do you need the likes of Benji Van Dijk and Mohamed Salah in your team? And he said if they want to improve, they need to sign experienced players like this, like Benji Van Dijk and Mohamed Salah. He's been saying it a little bit that, see, if you want this set of players to improve and we should win major laurels, we need to sign experienced players in the squad. Chelsea, for me, has improved to what they did last season. Last season, they only accrued 63 points all season. This season, match 34. They have 60 points.
6th position last season.
Last season they almost considered above 60 goals. This season they haven't considered 50 goals. When you look at the chances creation, they are up there.
They are the fourth when it comes to the goal difference.
And you look at see that sign of improvement. But I'm not saying Enzo Maresca is a fantastic.
No, I understand your point.
But at the same time,
he's an average coach coaching average players.
Yes, he's an average coach coaching average players.
My point is, if you're
Well,
a
I think
coach,
David has some good points right there.
I
concerning
understand his
Enzo
point,
Maresca.
but my own point towards Enzo Maresca is you can't say you're a major coach in the Premier League and you want to win the Premier League and you're not fighting with the big
No, if you win the Premier League in the
you're
first
not
season.
beating
I
them.
think I also understand.
If
how
you
your
win the
last
Premier
point-
League in the
I
first season.
understand what.
That's
Daniel,
the point. I could remember
Daniel,
a season.
Daniel, wait. I understand.
could remember
I understand
20
the point you are making. Good point. I also understand your last point. The same thing Daniel has been talking about is what Ayola is saying.
That what?
His mentality cost them where they are.
You can't tell me it's a
When they were on second position, he kept saying they were not ready. Why wouldn't you just be pushing instead of saying you were not ready?
Now,
you were not
yes,
ready.
you can say he's not ready.
You were not ready.
But
but
are you telling me that in the back room, in the dressing room, is that what he is going to tell his players as well? We are not with him with the players.
Yeah, but players
I'm
hear
very
what-
sure.
they hear what he's saying
I'm very
outside.
sure there are some managers that will go to the press conference and play mind games. If it's at workout, Chelsea fans were also enjoying it then. They can't tell me they weren't enjoying it. Or across all social medias, they were catching crews that we just want to win our games. We are not competing for the title. They were also enjoying it. If it's at
Yeah,
workout,
because that was what your coach was saying.
no, they were also
Chelsea
enjoying
in
it.
that situation.
They were also
You put the
enjoying
fans in
it.
that situation.
No, you put the fans.
See, this is
You
what I'm
can't tell me
saying,
that
eh?
in the dressing room.
I-
You also be telling the players
I can
that
remember
they
a
can't
particular
compete.
season.
No.
I can remember a
Okay,
particular
okay.
season.
We
I
are not
think-
using all day to talk about
I think
Chelsea.
2010 when Ancelotti was the coach, he beat the top teams home and away.
I want to ask you a question.
Are you with
I
me?
want to ask you a
Ah,
question.
sorry.
Oh, Chelsea people leave Chelsea.
If I
man.
can, no, before we leave, I want to ask this question.
Okay.
If Roman Abramovich was in charge of Chelsea, would Enzo Maresca be appointed?
He can't be appointed.
Now,
because he
let
can't be
me now
appointed.
finish my point. Let me now finish my
why
point. Are we
Roman appointed Labuas.
are we in Roman era or Bluco era?
We're in Blue Coherence.
So what are you not saying? You are
Okay.
bringing Roman Abramovich era with Bluco
Okay,
era.
no
So
problem.
what are you not-
See,
what are you not telling me?
fans, these are the things you will enjoy when we begin our gladiators. Eh? Watch us live on all our social media. That's why you need to follow us, especially our YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, because the gladiators are coming. From Monday, you begin to enjoy the gladiators on our social media handles. You see the argument. You see guys sweating because they're arguing live in the studio. Keep it locked right here. Don't move a muscle. So many things coming live in the studio, even on the social media. Let's quickly go back to the messages. Babola,
Okay, in the messages now,
from
Jola,
Joel shows on where he says
Yeah.
hurricane.
boy, I mean, he's got a couple of
Yeah.
messages. That Jola here, he said, message don't plenty, I be until he enter 100 comments. Need.
Yes.
So Ifemide Valentine says, I wish Arsenal better luck next season. Oni Deborah a favor. I mean, ladies, wow. Well done, sir. I hope Ibadan is cool. Watching you from Osun State.
Thank
Iwo.
you. Thank you.
With also Jola Oshoario, I've shared it a little bit. I've shared the live streaming a little bit. It's the best way to listen to radio station. You will see demonstrations and something. I mean, that's Jola Oshoario. I did to Beru Maxwell. I'm speaking based on belief and faith. We are going to the Champions League up Chelsea. And John Rose says Arsenal need to win today and PSG because next week they are having Liverpool next week. What's the discussion all about? Good afternoon, watching you from Lagos. That's John Rose. And Jola Oshoario says win to PSG, win the boat. Okay, WhatsApp noted. Okay, your sense is
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
I'm
Only-
getting back to you very shortly.
Only drop says up Arsenal. I see my darling team winning today. Up Arsenal, we are winning today.
Do you
on
want to win
Wednesday-
today and lose on Wednesday?
He said we are winning today, and on Wednesday we have lost the league, but we can't afford to lose the second position. I mean, those are the comments for now. Adekunle Christiana says, well done, sir.
The comments are plenty.
And
plenty
Jola
comments.
Oshoario, I mean, I've got a couple of messages right there. Only drop says, a dynamic human being in the studio. How are you doing? I hope you're good. Greetings to you, Mr. David Bobola, pretty the finest.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, those are the comments for now. Jola Oshoario, I've seen. The OP has been saying, you want to hear from me, it's my low points. Toluwani Ziko says, when it comes to experience, most sport presenter in Ibadan don't come close to him. That's the sport journalist. I think you took that message way before now. I mean, so those are the comments.
Ifemide Valentine? Is that
Yeah, I
Arsenal?
took it earlier.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Keep them coming. We'll still look through them. Let's quickly go back to the La Liga. I mean, let's go to the La Liga now and look through what's going to be happening there. In the La Liga, the Real Madrid and Celta Vigo game is going to be happening. That's the first game they are playing this beautiful day. And of course, Sevilla taking on Leganes, Espanyol taking on Real Betis, and Real Sociedad hosting Athletic Club. That is the game going down. All right, quickly, let's give you an up-to-date information concerning the Federations Cup. I told you they'll be starting at 4, and the games are now in the 22nd, 30, 28 minutes. Of course, it is Aqua United already beating Kwara United 2-0. Plateau United playing goalless with Rangers International, while Wiki Tourist and Ikorodu City are playing goalless as well. We'll give you more before we leave. Let's quickly go to the La Liga now. Real Madrid, Ayola, Real Madrid, Celta Vigo, they are chasing Barcelona, even though the Barcelona found a way of beating them like thieves this season. They're still chasing them to the La Liga title. Ayola, let's quickly.
Oh well, at these matches you have to just find a way to win it, because the way it's going for Real Madrid now, if they're not careful, the season might go trophyless for them.
Do you still believe they will win something?
They've won a trophy this season now. Club World Cup. It's not a trophy. Super Cup. It's not a trophy.
They won it.
It's Super Cup now.
It's
That's
a trophy
before
now.
the season. I'm talking about the main.
They played the Super Cup. They played the Club World Cup.
season.
They played the Club World Cup within the
I'm talking
season.
about the major league, the major trophies.
Club World
La
Cup is
Liga.
coming later now.
No, they won the Champions League
The
last season,
Super-
and they
the
played the
Super
Club
Cup.
World Cup last year, and they won it.
Last year, you say last year.
It's this season now. It's not the season.
But that's before the league season.
That's
now.
before
No.
Before-
I can't
before the
take-
league.
That's before the season started.
The
Before the
season
league
started
started.
August, and they won the World Cup in December. Isn't it?
It's just like you saying a team won the competition before the
Okay,
season.
let's
started.
agree.
No,
Let's
Club World Cup.
I
No,
agree
they
that
won the
it's
Club World Cup
trophy.
December.
I
No,
say that
they
it's
won the
as a
Club World Cup
trophy.
in
No,
December.
wait, let's agree with him so that there won't be trouble.
No, I can't. They
So
won the
that-
Club World Cup in December. It's a trophy.
Shebi, you agree? Are you okay now?
I'm okay.
Okay. They won the World Cup. Yeah, continue.
These are not the trophies we expect Real
You
Madrid
still
to
want to continue now? You said.
So I just read it. For Real Madrid, you just have to get this win at all costs, because the way it is, 4 points, Barcelona is cruising in the league, and they are so having their own time in the Champions League. So maybe they can capitalize on that, as a distraction for Barcelona. So Celta Vigo is a tough team to always play. They have this legendary striker, there you go, Aspas. He will always give you run for the match anytime he comes on the pitch. So Real Madrid should just watch out. I don't just know how they want to win this match, how they want to gather their momentum. The likes of Vinicius, Mbappe, they should just find a way to grind this match out, so that we can get an interesting matches before the end of the season from the Liga angle, since the Premier League is over. We are also having tough fixtures from the Serie A as well, between Inter Milan and Napoli. So we can just have something tough from Real Madrid and Barcelona towards the end of the season.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, for Real Madrid fans, Rodrigo is out. Just
Yeah,
confirm.
Rodrigo is not exactly what I wanted to say. Okay, so Real Madrid, Barcelona. I mean, this season is like Barcelona just won because the way it is right now, Barcelona, they are still close to winning the Champions League, because we cannot write them off yet. I mean, Inter Milan, they can just go to Inter Milan's Giuseppe Meazza Stadium and do the needful. So that means they are still on double front.
Quadruple. They're on a quadruple chase.
Yeah.
Okay, they've won the Copa del Rey already. Yeah, the
Super
league
Cup.
is there.
Super Cup. They won
So-
it, yeah.
So that means so many things. And if he goes down this way, Hansi Flick would have, he will go down in history in that club as a very good coach.
He's a
that
fantastic manager. Club
But
football.
what he's doing,
We have to
I
put
don't
that.
understand what
Club-
magic is doing.
Club
for.
football is amazing. National team, it was abysmal. So
Yeah, forget now. Which one? who is bringing national team? We will see what Papa Ancelotti will do in Brazil. Okay, tomorrow Girona will take on Mallorca for the remainder of the match in the Spanish Primera Liga. And of course, quickly to the games that you also expect in the. Before we go to the Italian Serie A, talking about Carlo Ancelotti. Carlo Ancelotti, I just mentioned his name, and that reminds me of something. And he has stated something now. He's giving us a hint. And the hint is that he will not discuss his future with the club until the current La Liga season runs to an end. Of course, according to Baba Ancelotti, it says his affliction and respect to the club and for the club will not allow him provide more details.
No,
Is he telling us something?
No, I expected that from him. Yes, maybe he has agreed.
Because the man is expected to depart the Bernabeu this summer. Allow him to go
There
elsewhere.
are reports flying around that he's agreed with the Brazilian national team for being
That
the
thing has been on
national
for 2 years.
yes, for being their coach. But you don't expect him to come out and say he has agreed or he will be the Brazil national team manager because of his respect for Real Madrid. But I feel at the end of the day, we'll see what we actually pan out. There were reports this week that were saying the deal is off, but yesterday we saw a report also saying the deal is coming on as well. So we wait to see. It's going to be interesting because Real Madrid, the issue is Carlo Ancelotti wants Real Madrid to pay him off just for him to leave Real Madrid, but Real Madrid are saying we can't do that. So if you want to leave our club, you just have to just leave. We can't pay you. We can't pay you any money for you.
Why would they pay him off? Are they sacking him?
I don't know. It depends on the.
They are not sacking him now.
It depends on the contractual details. We don't have the access to it right now, so it depends on the contract they both sign.
But he has good relationship with Fiorentino Perez, so there shouldn't be all these kind of you want to hold somebody by the jugular. I mean, if you want to go.
I think Florentino Perez is angry because of what is actually
what's happening.
Yes, Barcelona.
Who wouldn't be angry?
Barcelona are
saying.
taking them for granted.
See, if you are Perez, you'll be angry. You even be angrier.
The major trophy
because see, it's not, apart from major trophy, do you know the enmity between Barcelona and Real Madrid?
Laporta has been making them in the finals always.
Laporta has been beating them. Laporta has been making jest of them as well.
Exactly. Barcelona has been beating them like thieves in the market, and you want him to be happy?
No, yes. I mean, understandably, it should be angry.
And you want to be paid off? You should go. Just go. Don't even say bye. Just leave. Anyway, the story is making the rounds again. Is that agreement has been reached silently on the ground with Xabi Alonso to now take over the reins at Real Madrid
after the FIFA Club.
Yes, and the story now is that Xabi Alonso wants to, by all means necessary, take his defender Jonathan Tah with him when he's going to Real Madrid.
It's possible now because it's on a free transfer.
He's a free agent.
He's a free agent at the end of the season, so it's possible.
And one of the things that is affecting Real Madrid is their defense right now.
Yes. Yeah, they don't have defense at all.
They are going. Most of them are injury, likes of Alaba. They're not consistent. You understand? So
the guy is a troublesome.
And Jonathan Tah for me is very, very solid at the back. Strong FT. I mean, solid defender for them. If he pairs Rudiger and maybe Asensio, I mean, squad depth still matters. You know, if you want to go on.
It matters because his style of play is different from what is actually playing out at Real Madrid because it goes with 3-5-2 formation. So maybe if it's coming with that, it needs three defenders. So, and I think defenders right out.
Militao,
yes,
but he's injured currently.
He's injured currently. So you look at the Real Madrid defenders. Are they really, apart from Liga that has played a back three before? I don't think
any of them has done that.
So I think it's only the Rudiger. So he needs a lot of defenders, even midfielders as well. They don't have creativity.
They have plenty things they need in that team.
There's no creativity in that team. Bellingham is not for all the work. Is not a creative midfielder. It's a central midfielder. It was Carlo Ancelotti that made him play as a first nine, scoring all those goals. That made him think he's a creative. So Bellingham is not that creative. So he's not.
Okay, let's quickly go to the Bundesliga now. 4 matches have been decided there already. Of course, Borussia Mönchengladbach played a 4-4 draw. What a game! 8 goals in one game. Against Hoffenheim.
Bundesliga.
I'm telling you.
And Hoffenheim are always very good.
I'm telling you. Another goal scoring one is RB Leipzig and Bayern Munich. 3-3. Wow. That game finally ended.
Wow.
3-3 finally ended. And of course, our man, Harry Kane.
I think he needs to wait.
The wait is almost not over yet.
Yes, but they might be confirmed champions if Bayer Leverkusen lose.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. All right. St. Pauli were beaten at home by VfB Stuttgart 1-0, and Union Berlin also played a 2-2 draw with Werder Bremen. And Borussia Dortmund will be playing Wolfsburg later tonight at 5:30 later this evening. In the Serie A, Cagliari will take on. They were defeated at home by Udinese 2-1. Because Parma also defeated at home by Como again. They've never lost in recent times. They've been winning, and I think the last thing they played was draw. That was about 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, we talked about
last week. We talked about it.
Their last 5 games been wins.
We talked about giving coaches their
how many points now?
When they are on points.
I think
they are safe. They are safe in the league now. They should.
They are very safe.
They are very safe in the league now.
Very safe. There was a time they were almost going down. People thought they were going down.
I hope Daniel is listening. He should just try and give such a kudos.
Give who?
Serge Fabregas.
Daniel. Last week it wasn't. He didn't agree with us.
Giving
Daniel.
Credit.
Daniel
Never agrees with
Has Daniel ever agreed with you? When it comes to you, Daniel cannot agree with you on anything. I don't know whether you have collected his girlfriend before. So I'm still surprised what Como has been doing. I'm telling you. Well, Lecce, Napoli, they'll be playing later, and of course Inter Milan and Hellas Verona. Inter Milan. It's like they are concentrating more in the Champions League now than in the league. At a point they were leading everyone there, but right now Napoli seems to be giving them problem and trouble.
They struggled because their players were out injured. Marcus Thuram was out injured, Dumfries also was out injured. So they came back against Barcelona, and you saw what these guys were able can actually they can score goals, create chances as well. So I think that's the reason why they are second presently. They don't have players that can, the likes of Anatovic can't do like what Marcus Thuram is actually doing right there at Inter Milan, but they are in second. For me, I think I can't say the league is over, but you look at Napoli for Antonio Conte for his experience and for what he's been able to do in the past, winning league in virtually majority of the top 5 leagues in Europe. He's won the league in the Italian Serie A. He's won it with Inter Milan, won it with Juventus, so he's looking forward to win it with Napoli as well. He won the league with Chelsea in his first season, so I don't think he will be able to relinquish that first position to Inter Milan. So it's going to be very difficult. I think the Champions League has to be the only hope of winning the silverware this season.
Okay, for tomorrow, before we go back to the messages, tomorrow in the Bundesliga, you have Augsburg taking on hosting Kiel, Freiburg and Bayer Leverkusen. That's the game David was talking about earlier. If Bayer doesn't win that game, if Bayer Leverkusen don't win that game, Bayern Munich will be crowned, and Hurricane can now
and if they win
celebrate.
next week,
So
they will go and celebrate in front of their own fans.
And that would be better.
That'll
I
be
think
better. Kane was not even available today, so
yeah, definitely. Mainz 05 and Eintracht Frankfurt will be the last game of the match day. In the Serie A, Empoli tomorrow will take on Lazio, Monza will take on Atalanta, and here's Roma taking on Fiorentina. That is one of the teams that we thought would give Chelsea problem in the Conference League, but right now they were beaten.
they can still qualify.
Yeah, anything can still happen.
I still
anyway.
feel they have the chance of qualifying.
Yeah, okay. Bologna and Juventus, the last game of the match day. All right, quickly to some of the comments. You've dropped again. Let's quickly have them before we go back to the League On.
For Deborah Ugo, she says, you're calling Super Cup and Club World Cup nothing. You wish your club won it.
Who is he talking to?
He's talking to.
Okay, talking to Ayola, right?
These are people that always make.
They've not won the Club World Cup already.
They won the Club World. They were the champions of.
No, they won the Club World Cup.
They won it in December.
They won it in December.
It's a trophy.
Okay, maybe Ayola is concentrating on the next one coming in US. The expanded
I'm just
one.
talking about the major trophies.
Is Club World Cup not a major
It's
trophy?
major trophy, not
a major trophy.
Somebody just answered you now. You are still repeating it.
You
said Deborah. What
you just allowed them to banter.
See, they just banter Chelsea, and David doesn't like such a thing. Okay, Jare.
Yeah, for Jola Oshario, I mean, it says, what are we predicting? And he said, message done plenty. I'll be until he enter 100 comments.
No, that one since he sent that one.
Okay, yeah.
Taking that one.
I think
we already said Chelsea Liverpool now. We said Chelsea Liverpool.
Okay, yeah.
You're predicting Chelsea Liverpool.
So those are the comments. Yeah, Jola Oshario and Deborah Ugo for now.
Okay, all right. The last league that we recognize is the League On. Let's quickly talk about it now. In the League On, that one too, I think is already settled.
Yeah.
So there's nothing
Well,
to
Strasbourg is leading
Yeah,
PSG,
Cagliari already beat. What am I saying? Cagliari. Strasbourg leading PSG. I think PSG.
Expectedly,
Yes,
yeah.
PSG is like they've not been putting their best since they.
What do you expect?
And they benched most of their key players today.
Yeah, no.
They wanted to
what
win
they
the
wanted to
league
do. Yes, that's
On
where
this
I'm
season.
going.
Already.
Yes, 2-0. That's where I'm going. But I think something just struck them and said, "Look, it's better we'll go for the champion than this unbeaten nonsense we are talking
No, they
about."
lost to Nice.
They've lost 2 goals back. I mean, 2 matches back to back.
Yeah, so
So and Strasbourg are also
But ordinarily these teams
qualifying to the Champions
ordinarily
League.
these teams wouldn't have beat.
Yes,
been
if they
able
are
to
fighting
beat
for the
them.
league,
Yeah.
if they are not confirmed yet, they would have beaten Strasbourg.
That's what
for
I'm
me.
saying. Arsenal should learn from now. Arsenal should do something.
Arsenal
like
cannot learn from them because PSG are champions.
you're ready. That's true. That's true.
David is wicked. Okay, all right. Toulouse, that name, Toulouse. Every time Toulouse, and they are losing. Toulouse. Okay, alongside runs, and of course, Sunday tier we play AS Monaco. Those are the games that are going down tonight in the League On. League On seems like of all the leagues that we talk about every time, the least interested. I mean, least interesting league. Because when you get to League On like this, the passion kind of drop. Even when you are an analyst, you want to talk about League On. It doesn't really freak you like that to talk about League On.
There are a lot of factors.
That's why they call it Farmers League also.
No, there are a lot of Farmers League.
They are what?
There are a lot of Farmers League now.
Which one again?
Bundesliga is the Farmers League.
No, that one is a Hunters League now.
Apart from Bayer Leverkusen, Bayern has been winning.
That one is Hunters League.
So I think there are a lot of factors
No competition.
Okay,
for that.
what
because,
factors? Tell me.
Number one is the PR.
Okay, they don't have good PR, right?
They have good PR. The sponsors as well. I don't think they are coming. their
And
matches.
they don't have plenty money in that.
Their matches are not that televised.
Yeah.
I think it's only these francophone countries. Their matches are most televised, so they don't have the period.
Even
And
the
also,
television coverage, the way they even do the picture,
Yeah, and
the
all
image,
that, so-
the image itself is not good enough.
they also have crowd trouble in their country as well, and also no sponsors will want to put his or her money there, and also the number of teams that are competitive in the league. I don't think, apart from Paris Saint-Germain, you can't pinpoint any other team because
it's
only
PSG and
And
others.
this last
Because-
year, just Lille and Monaco that's
so
been in
because
the-
sponsors they can't
But
afford
before
to buy.
PSG brought this Arab money,
Marseille was
came to Marseille, Lille.
Lyon.
I remember Monaco. I mean,
Monaco won during the PSG dominance. That was the Kylian Mbappe season.
Yeah.
exactly.
Montpellier also
But
at some
Lyon,
point.
Lyon were consistent at some point. I think.
Yeah, at some point it was Lyon.
2001.
And Lille won back to back as well. The Hazard when the
Yeah,
Hazard was there as well.
Hazard,
so-
yeah.
And even when a player was there, was his name?
Vicente Yama?
Goalkeeper. Yes.
Vicente Yama when he was there as
Yeah.
well. So.
Okay, so Nantes will play Angers tomorrow. Of course, Angers and Le Havre. And of course, the Brest will do better. Brest, that's my team. Brest.
Brest has disappointed
I
me.
love Brest, but they've disappointed me. They play Montpellier tomorrow. Lyon and Lens. And of course, Lille and Marseille, the last one to talk about. Okay, time is ticking, as always, away from us. But before we begin to pack out on the show, let's give you the update of the game we talked about earlier. Yes, I'm talking about the Federations Cup, President Federations Cup in Nigeria. It's halftime now. Halftime score lines. You have Akwa United playing 2-2. That game is a surprise.
They were leading 2-0.
It was 2-0 we talked
2-0,
about
yeah.
earlier.
Wow.
2-0 earlier. Now it is Kwara United 2, Akwa
Two
United.
struggling side.
Wow. What a team. I mean, what a game we had there. All right, Plateau United been beaten by Rangers International 1-0 now. That game, the second half has just resumed. Wiki Tourists and Ikorodu City is still goalless. This one will interest no other than Bobola here. I know his eyes will be on that game. Let's wrap things up with this story that it might look like a comedy, but it's not. The man is showing his interest. John Fashanu is saying he wants to coach the Super Eagles. He wants to take over from Eric Shear.
A legend.
Fashanu now. You don't know. See the way you are doing. Why are you laughing? Are you laughing at him or you're laughing to me? See, David. Everybody is just laughing. The same way I asked a question last week, all of you just use laughter to finish the show. So it's a comical one, right?
No, wait, maybe if he has the credentials, he can also wants to coach the
He's
Super Eagles
saying
of
that he
Nigeria.
wants to.
But I don't think he has coached any club before.
So that's the reason why I'm laughing.
Exactly.
I mean,
So-
he's gone a little bit under the radar for a
They
lot
don't
of
rate
years.
Nigeria.
Fashanu is a former Aston Villa and Norwich City striker, and he believes he has what it takes to tinker the three-time African champion.
Through his playing career.
He said, I want to be the manager of the Eagles. That's one of the hardest jobs in this country. But I'm saying I can do it, and I can do it very, very well.
We saw what's finished Egypt too. So
You should start with Aston Villa.
I mean,
He's now an English presenter. You should just continue.
he should
with
continue
that
with
right
that
now.
podcast. So he should,
You should continue what?
he should continue with his
Or
podcast.
probably you should try with Aston Villa under 21.
Well,
Yeah,
you
I
can
mean,
start
from-
with Norwich and under 21
Not
and
the
all
Super
that.
Eagles.
The Super Eagles. I mean, what did the people take our
Like
job
a
for?
slap.
I don't understand.
That's like a slap.
Why will you take?
Okay, God have mercy. Okay, we understand that Arsenal are in talks to sign a Manchester United target Francisco Trincao for Mikel Arteta. They want to
Trincao. I think this
they want
same
to,
guy
they want to
came
double cross
Premier
Man
League.
U.
Yeah, it was in the Premier League.
Wolverhampton Wanderers, right?
Wolves, yeah.
Yes. So
They want to
Yeah.
double cross Man U and
And
sign him.
for now, he's been fantastic.
Yeah,
honestly, where
They
it
want
is
to
right
double
now.
cross your team and sign him.
Well, I think Arsenal they don't need a winger right now. Maybe at that right,
they need a
at that-
winger.
at Saka's position.
no,
maybe
and
because-
also is Manale a winger?
I mean, it's not
Trossard-
bad. I mean, he has
Trossard-
picked up lately.
Trossard
He has
is
picked up
good.
lately.
I don't-
Martinelli has picked up
For
lately.
I
But
agree.
you can't-
But
you
for
can't-
me,
you can't
I
just
can't
bank
depend
on
on
him.
me
You can't bank
to
on
be
him.
my regular starter, Martinelli.
But for Trincao, I think Saka needs. I mean, somebody that's going to push him at that right.
Iwaneri is not a winger.
He's not a winger.
He's a creative midfielder.
Creative
man.
midfielder.
Trying
But he
to-
has
but then
played
that's
there.
why-
Yes,
Yes,
from the
yeah.
side as well.
But Trincao for me not bad. But at the same time, I think they just need a striker.
There are a lot of
Just-
things. There are a lot of things Arsenal need presently.
Yeah.
They need a left winger. They need a striker. Even for me, They need a creative midfielder in that team as well. They need
Apart
centre
from
back.
Odegaard?
Apart from Odegaard. So apart from Odegaard, enter in one area hasn't really be.
He has not proved
It's not,
himself.
he hasn't really improved himself. Maybe down to the manager
I think
because
at
he
some
hasn't
point
been really using
they're
him.
about to sign Zubimendi or stuff like that. But I don't know.
Subimendi, what do you want Subimendi to do?
They need Zubimendi.
Because they are talking about Thomas Partey extension now.
And you can
So
still have Thomas Partey and
if
still
you
have
extend,
Zubimendi.
if you extend Thomas Partey contract,
Yeah.
you have Thomas Partey, Declan Rice, Mikel Merino. So
Okay.
what do you need Subimendi for? In blocking
exactly.
for that means you're having 4 defensive
DMF.
defensive midfielder and you are lacking in creativity. So
Okay, let's begin to wrap things up that way. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so for being online with us. God bless all of you. We so much appreciate. If you want to start calling names one by one, we need another hour to start calling your name. But just say we appreciate. We know, just know that we appreciate you for joining us online. It's not easy using your money to watch us online. We so much appreciate. That's why we try as much as possible to show our appreciation to you. We'll spread the winnings. It will get to everybody. It will get to you. Even if it's small megabyte, it will get to everybody. That's a promise. Keep it coming, keep it going. Thank you so much. All right, let's predict Chelsea-Liverpool tomorrow. Let's leave just that one. Chelsea-Liverpool, then on Monday, we'll come and check out the result and the people who would have won. Ayola, thank you so much for coming.
Oh, well, as much as a far time, Chelsea need all 3 points against Liverpool. I think the match will be ending in draw.
Yeah.
I'll be sitting on the fence.
Thanks for coming this afternoon.
Thank you for
I appreciate it. All right, David the Big Bami. Yes, that's the one that is beginning to behave like Daniel. But let's see how it goes.
it's always a pleasure to be here to
Thank you so much, David. Bola.
Thank you so much.
Most definitely.
Finest.
A big up to Nick, DJ Medicine at this way. Of course, I'll be back after 2 hours. Yes, we'll be going back in time. I'm back in the day. Melody 100.7 FM. Keep it locked right here. The fun continues. The Nature's Finest is here. And let me go take a little rest, and I'll be back at the other side. Good afternoon.